Welcome to Seize the Mains by Malhotra's IAS Academy. I'm Surbhi Sardana and this is Season 3 of our Daily Answer Writing Initiative. This initiative runs from Monday to Saturday at 9 p.m. in coordination with our website, which is rajayasacademy.com. The link to our website is copied in the description. Click on it and you will you'll see this page. If you click on the mains answer writing section, you'll see that it runs in coordination with Seize the Mains initiative. All the content that we discuss here on Seize the Mains gets updated on our website in the mains answer writing section. Check it out, read out the content and try to understand how these answers are framed. Not only this, once you watched the video and read out the entire content, you can also post your answers on the website in this comment section. In the comment section, send your answers, click pictures of your answers and post them there. Our team evaluates those responses and gives back their feedback entirely free of cost. All these questions that we discuss on Seize the Mains are from current affairs. So these are highly important, highly valuable for your civil services journey. The topic for today is sealed cover jurisprudence. This topic has been in news for the past entire year. Even around November, we saw a lot of editorials around this topic. Now it has appeared again. So see, this becomes very important because yes, this has been in news, and though it does not directly, it is not directly mentioned in your syllabus, but how the judiciary functions, how your government functions, or justice delivery systems, they are a part of your syllabus basically. So yes, this topic becomes important. Let's see what is the question. Obviously, sealed cover jurisprudence, it has been criticized from time to time. So you could see either a comment question, or you could be directly seeing a discuss question, that what are you what side do you take. You could see a basic questions with regards to issues regarding sealed cover jurisprudence. So yes, the question for day 196 that we are discussing is sealed cover jurisprudence has been much in the news lately. What do you understand by this term? What do you understand by this term? What are the issues associated with its practice? Answer in 250 words. So see, the question is very simple to understand. Again, just see there are multiple parts to it. The first part of the question, first statement, sealed cover jurisprudence has been much in the news lately. This is directly a statement. This is a straightforward statement that yes, it has been in news, it is important. What do you understand by this term? So in the introductory paragraph, we'll first define this term, we'll talk about it, where does its rationale come from, when can it be used, when can it be exercised, who has this power, is it the Supreme Court that has this power, or there are other courts also which can exercise this power. What are the issues associated with its practice? So this would form our main body paragraph. The issues will be discussed in detail in the body paragraph. Let's start with the first part first, and let's see how are we going to approach this question. Whenever questions are directly asked from something in the news, make sure that your answer is very much relatable. Make sure that your answer has quotes from current affairs, it has examples from current affairs, especially when it is with regards to the judiciary. Quote some chief justices, quote some researchers of law, quote some statements with regards to justice delivery system, quote the constitution there, quote the statements of our forefathers. Use all the hard work that you have been doing all this while to just show it off in your answers when it comes to GS paper 2. So yes, the practice we are defining here, the practice of judges asking for evidence in sealed covers and making decisions based on such evidence is known as sealed cover jurisprudence. So this is the basic definition, a very simple definition of this of the question that has been asked. Now the Supreme Court and lower courts, who has the power to exercise this or take evidence in the form of sealed covers? So the Supreme Court and lower courts may ask for and accept sensitive and confidential information from government agencies or other persons in sealed covers. So the government and the Supreme Court and the lower courts, all the lower courts basically, these envelopes can be accessed only by judges. So only judges can see what the information is coming in all these envelopes, and no one else has access to it. What the information has been received by the judge, based on that particular judge would be delivering his judgment. So yes, he or she knows, the judge knows what are the proofs, what is the information that is coming, and why a specific judgment is being delivered. But the parties involved, they do not have any access to this information. So a person might be punished for a crime, but he might not know the exact details that according to which information, due to which information or due to which evidence that appeared in that sealed cover, why was he punished. So yes, the contents of sealed covers in court proceedings are inaccessible to the other parties in the case, as they are accessible only to the judges, and the judges deliver their judgment. So yes, many a times there is sensitive information that needs to be supplied in sealed covers only, but there are side effects to it, there are cons also associated with it, because many a times people resort to the sealed cover jurisprudence method when it is not required also, and that is the main issue that is involved here. We will talk about this in body paragraph 1. Let's see when can this practice be brought to use. The court asks for information in sealed cover broadly in two circumstances. First of all, when information is connected to an ongoing investigation. So if some information is regarding an ongoing investigation, so if that information becomes public, obviously the investigation would be hampered. So yes, that information is not made in the public domain, it is not shared with anyone else, only the judge has accessibility to it in that sealed cover. Secondly, when it involves personal or confidential information, for example, there is a case of sexual harassment, so some details regarding the sexual harassment victim, that could be given in a sealed cover. So in the logic is that disclosure of information linked to an ongoing investigation could impede the investigation, and the disclosure of personal or confidential information could violate an individual's privacy or result in breach of trust, as we saw in the case of the privacy of sexual harassment victim. So that's the case here. Now, what are the issues associated with it? First of all, it basically it is unfavorable to the transparency and accountability of the Indian justice system. Your Indian justice system, it is basically an open justice system, so it goes against that. So it is not just against citizens' access to information about the proceedings, but also other parties' ability to understand all the facts of the case. As I told you, that a person might be punished, but he might not know the grounds on which he is punished, he or she is punished. So some have argued that this also violates the laws of principles of natural justice. So this is something that you can quote, not directly but indirectly. Secondly, it stands in contrast to the idea of an open court, which we follow in Indian judiciary. So it is very much in contrast to that. So where decisions they can be subjected to public scrutiny. Now, how can a decision be subjected to public scrutiny if the grounds of the decision are not available to the public, if they are supplied in a sealed covered envelope only? So courts are bound to set out reasons for their decisions, that should be there. Every judge, whenever he or she is delivering a judgment, there should be reasons for that judgment, and they should be made out in the public as well. They should be made out open in the public as well, so the public also knows that justice has been delivered and what were the grounds for delivering justice. So basically it is in contrast to the idea of open court. Then thirdly, it is said to enlarge the scope of arbitrariness in court decisions. Some decisions could be justified, others could be challenged or non-justified. So there is this door of arbitrariness that is always open there. Then it is argued that not providing access to such documents to accused parties obstructs their passage to a fair trial and adjudication. Even after a punishment, the parties who have been punished, they might not be able to further challenge the case or further challenge the decision. Then finally, it perpetuates a culture of opaqueness and secrecy. Now, why this issue is coming up? There are just two grounds that we discussed, that either the investigation is ongoing or there are some right to privacy is involved there. But a lot of times it has been seen, especially when documents have been supplied by the government for some actions taken by the government, that all these information, they were given in sealed envelopes only, and it was not made open in the public domain, and the judgment was delivered. So people or the citizens at large do not know the grounds of that judgment. So it bestows absolute power in the hands of abjudicating authority. It also tilts the balance of power in a litigation in favor of a dominant party which has control over the information, and many a times it is the government, the state. Most often than not, this is the state. So yes, now towards the conclusion, we'll be writing some examples in which information in which this sealed covered jurisprudence has been brought to use, and it has been challenged also. It has been interrogated, or it has been questioned by many experts. So first of all, This was your Bhima Koregaon case. Then here the issue of fundamental rights and civil liberties that arose. Then you have the very famous Rafale fighter jet deal case of 2018, where information with regards to expenses, the cost involved, that had to be supplied by the government to the court, and that was given in a sealed cover. Then NRC case, NRC of Assam, NRC case again, the National Register of Citizens. Then finally there have been statements coming from a bench which was led by our Chief Justice of India. So there are very good statements which can be used directly in your conclusion, and you can also quote him there. So a bench led by now Chief Justice of India, the bench has basically criticized the practice of sealed cover jurisprudence as setting a dangerous precedent which makes the process of adjudication vague and opaque. Then the judgment actually clarified that a judicial order accompanied by reasons, that is the hallmark of the justice system. The sealed cover procedure, it affects the functioning of justice delivery system, both at an individual case to case level and at an institutional level also, and the institution here is the judiciary. The measure of non-disclosure of sensitive information in exceptional circumstances must be proportionate to the purpose that the non-disclosure seeks to serve, that the exception should not become the norm. So basically what they are trying to tell is that this is just an exception and it should not become the norm for our country, because it will ultimately hamper how justice is delivered in the country, how our justice delivery institutions function. So again, very strong statements coming from that side. Use them directly in your answers, quote the bench, quote the Chief Justice of India directly in your answers. And yes, this is a very important topic. The entire content of this question has been framed in a way that the entire topic gets covered. So you do not have to look here and there for extra content. All the statements and all the good quality content that was there, we've compiled it here. And you can look for question 196 on the website to check out its answer on rajIASacademy.com. The link to the website is present in the description. Click on it. Check the mains answer writing section that appears here and look for question 196. I'll see you with another discussion tomorrow at 9 p.m. Till then, stay tuned and keep working hard.